Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, where we talk about all news, comics, and media related to the Transformers. On this episode, we've got a slew of Transformers Rise of the Beast updates, and we've also got some rumors for the upcoming Transformers Reactivate video game. It's getting toys, too? Today is Friday, March 24th, 2023, and this is episode 330 of Transmissions Alt Mode.
Welcome to Transmissions Alt Mode, the podcast that, with no regular Transformers comics coming out these days, needs a reason to exist. I'm your host, Charles, aka Big C, and I'm joined by the excellent Transmissions team. Jeremy, aka Yakko.
Hey, how's it going?
And Daryl, the Cybertronian Beast.
I'm always here for you, Charles. Let's talk Transformers.
Thank you. I appreciate it. As always,
you know what else I've also got for you? You know what else? I've always got this for you. Cheers, buddy.
Oh no, I have water. I have a glass of water. There you go.
There you go. Clink.
As always, we start the show by thanking our Donatreons, those lovely people who support us on Patreon and PayPal. Thank you all so much for continuing to help us out and support the show. We really appreciate it. If you are not a Donatron and would like to become one, just go to transmissionspodcast.com/support. That's where you can sign up. You get lots of bonus episodes, bonus content at all levels. At higher levels, you get merchandise. Also, you get entered into contests. All our contests, you're automatically entered into them just by being a Donatron, including our monthly Toy Hacks contest. So, lots of things lots of advantages to becoming a Donatron. So please consider signing up. As I mentioned, we've got bonus shows, including Daryl's We Like Big Bots, and that we've got 10 episodes of that show already available on our Patreon page. So if you are interested in those shows, you can check them out there, and check out all the talk Dr. Pants and Daryl do on lots of cool big bots. So we'll have more episodes coming soon as we get Miss Dr. Pants back in the studio, but stay tuned for that. And in the meantime, check out those 10 episodes. Also, we've got bonus versions of our Transformers live play RPG podcast, Empire of Rust. This week, we put out the bonus version of episode 98. There's no use crying over Magnum's mistake. So this is available for our Donatrons right now. And then the regular version of that episode, the fully edited version, will be out next Monday. And so that will be at transmissionspodcast.com/rust in the free feed. So you don't have to wait too much longer. But if you are a Donatron, you get access to it immediately. And it's the bonus version with lots of stuff left in that is not edited out. So check that out. Okay.
Before we get going on this, I wanted to just remind people, we've got We Like Big Bots. We've got the Empire of Rust stuff for Donatreons. We've also got a lot of older stuff that we've got that's just strictly for Donatreons as well. Like the Declassified show that's still sitting there.
Those are kind of evergreen for the most part.
They're evergreen. Yeah, exactly. So, and we got a lot of those. We've got some Transmissions extras that I know that they're not Donatreon exclusive, but they're there as well. But I wanted to kind of bring some of those up as well. So if you're up to date on We Like Big Bots, and you've decided that the Empire of Rust is not for you, so it's not for everybody. But you should give it a try. If you're not like me and you want to give it a try, go ahead. We got some other shows in there that are really quite good. The Declassifieds were really quite good, and some really good topics in there. Most of them tried to stay around an hour, but there was a couple that went quite long. So there was some really good ones.
All except for the last one are really evergreen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and honestly, it's been a while since I've revisited some of those. So if you're a new Donatreon, you got access to all of that stuff, and it's there for you to enjoy. So yeah, take a look and listen. And I remember there was one in there about like fixing and maintaining your figures and kind of taking care, or bringing them back to life and stuff like that, which was really, really good. I spoke with a couple other people on that one. One of them was Vangelis, and the other one was Echo TF. He's a guy who he's a customizer, and has made some stuff over the years. But really, everybody kind of brought in their own expertise on that one, and was really able to kind of put together a really interesting show, and really throw all of their information into one hat there. And it's a really great source of information if you're into kind of maintaining your old figures and stuff like that. I know this is alt mode, but I'm spitballing on kind of what we have available to our Donatreons there. So it's more than just the current shows that are being produced.
Very true. So yeah, check out all the stuff on our Patreon page. And if you subscribe to the Patreon podcast feed, you should get all those episodes, because those are all in our Transmissions Patreon exclusive podcast feed. So should be easy enough to download into whatever podcast reader app or listener app you use, and should all be there. So check them out. All right, let's get into the media news for this week.
Okay, and first one we've got is a rumor, and this is talking about the Transformers Reactivate video game that's coming out, and how it's looking like there's going to be some toys for it. So we kind of moved this one over from the toy show just because it's talking about the Reactivate video game. And it's looking like these could be coming out in October. So so if you're into the video game, and I know that we just got last week we got an announcement about how Studio Series is going to be producing figures for the War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron line. This is different. This is figures for the upcoming Reactivate game. So be on the lookout for that. We've got it looks like a Optimus and Soundwave, and then a Starscream and Bumblebee that are coming out, both slated for October 1st of this year. So be on the lookout for those. And we have no pictures of what they might look like. It's just something's coming, and those are the names attached to them. So exciting news there for the Reactivate stuff.
I'm kind of surprised. It makes me think that this video game might be further along than we've been led to believe, because you wouldn't just release the toys with the game not out, right? I mean, so if the game is that close to being done and it will be out in the fall, that's exciting. But we still have not, beyond that trailer they showed at the Game Awards last December, we have not seen anything. I mean, other than the leak stuff that was uncovered, but that leak stuff could be, who knows if that was actually used or incorporated into the game, or it was just completely conjecture. I mean,
yeah. Personally, I like not really saying a lot about games, or I like the companies not saying a lot until they have something substantial to show. So I'm optimistic about this game.
On the if just to play devil's advocate on this one, if you're it does lend some credence to the idea that it is the game itself is just a reshell of something else that was made. So perhaps it's another game that was unreleased, but Hasbro, through their game developing arm, acquired it and said, well, we can turn this into a Transformers game fairly easily. So that's perhaps how it's gotten so far along so quickly, is because it was like 75% done when they attained it. Either way, it sounds like it could be coming out a lot sooner than we had expected. Up next, we've got officially licensed Transformers Rise of the Beast puzzles. So if you are into doing some puzzles, then you'll have the opportunity to do Transformers Rise of the Beast puzzles. And we've got a puzzle here featuring the forces of nature. And it is showing a picture of Optimus Prime, Rhinox, Optimus Primal, Cheetor, and what's this one's name again? I can't remember.
Scourge.
Oh, is that Scourge? Yeah, that's right. Scourge.
You just have a blind spot.
I do. I do. This weekend, I cannot remember who Scourge is. Anyway, these are being produced to show, they're likely for children. So I don't expect a high puzzle piece count.
They're under 500 usually. I mean, it says in the story here.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Okay. I missed that part there. 300 and 460 pieces. And they are currently available or planned to be available for the Australian and New Zealand markets. So, yeah, cool. This is the kind of marketing and stories that we're going to see in the next little while, and up until the release, and even after the release of the movie, this is the kind of stories that are going to end up showing up. But yeah, another product coming out. Next up, we've got Transformers Rise of the Beast. Optimus Prime and Primal statues have hit Singapore for their fan event, and it looks pretty cool. We've got some nice images coming from that. Yeah, this was we talked about this last week, that these statues were going to be on a bit of a globe-trotting event, and they have now made their way to Singapore. And yeah, very cool. They look great. And there's a nice little setup here for them, including some toys and a nice little diorama there, about the movie and whatnot. Oh, and some shoes. They got Skechers. The statues are massive. Yeah, they're massive.
It's touring all around the world. So yeah, we had Singapore, then Brazil.
That's right. So the next story that I was going to mention is now it hits Sao Paulo, Brazil as well, and that's where Jeremy's showing pictures of now as well. And very cool. So this is yeah. So if you have been able to check these out, these are very cool to see in person.
I don't. If you weren't at South by Southwest, chances are you didn't get to check these out. Or I guess if you're going to Vegas after Daryl's there,
it's going to be at the Navy Pier in Chicago, I think, this summer.
Okay.
All right. Next up, we've got Transformers Rise of the Beast movie posters are showing up at some U.S. theaters. This was a theater, Regal Theaters. I've shown some physical copies of the Rise of the Beast posters. So if you are at the movies in the next little while, maybe seeing what's in the theater right now. Oh yeah, you were just talking about it.
Shazam.
What did you see? Shazam. If you're going to see Shazam, then maybe you'll catch a glimpse of the Rise of the Beast posters.
I did not see any posters at the theater this weekend. So
none at all. No posters whatsoever.
No Transformers posters. By the way, just a late breaking news. I forgot to mention Wolfwood reminded us in the Discord chat that he did get to South by Southwest last week and did get his picture with the giant statue. Yes. So
that's right.
Awesome, Wolfwood, that you got to do that. And those pictures are cool, very cool. So
yes,
if you're not on the Transmissions Discord, go to transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. You can join up. You can see Wolfwood's pictures there.
That was very cool.
So typically an average human adult goes up to Optimus Prime's knee.
Looks about right. It's about in scale.
And the last story we've got is that Transformers Rise of the Beast Japanese release date, voice cast, and trailer have been announced. So we've got the official release date is going to be for Japan is August the 3rd of this year. and they have got a voice dubbing cast. So for let's see here. This is for Japanese voice dub is Tesso Granada as Optimus Prime, and
Genda.
Sure. Why don't you take the next name there, Charles?
Takahito Koyasu as Optimus Primal.
Perfect. All right. And then down to the dubbing cast. Go keep going.
I was just going to say that the characters are, so the Tesho Genda is the original G1 Convoy voice actor. So
very cool.
That's
so they've gone back to that.
Yeah,
that original.
And he also did the voice for Netflix's War for Cybertron Optimus Prime. And
cool.
the Takahito Koyasu as Optimus Primal is also the original Optimus Primal voice actor for the Beast Wars Japanese dub, and in Transformers Cyberverse, Optimus Prime in Transformers Cyberverse, and it was also
Very
Optimus
cool.
Primal in the War for Cybertron, Network's War for Cybertron, Netflix War for Cybertron. So Japan respects its voice actors, not like the U.S.
Well, they got Peter Cullen.
That's true. That's true.
They got one.
You got David Sobolov in a different role.
Yeah. And I guess Optimus Primal, he was Optimus Primal in the Machinima series, right? So I guess
right.
that counts. Who was that guy? The guy? Yeah, Ron Perlman. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah. So that's neat that they've gone back and grabbed some original voice actors. Yeah, so that's cool. A lot of Rise of the Beast news this week. Not a lot of news from anywhere else, though. Unfortunately, we are still counting down the minutes until we hear something for comic book wise. The ongoing theory is that it's going to be something from C2E2. Jeremy, what's your theory on C2E2? Where they got there's a panel? Is Hasbro got a panel? Where do you think it's going to be?
I just think C2E2 is the next biggest convention. Like, typically things are not announced at Emerald City, but they are announced at C2E2 and then New York and San Diego. So I would think if there's going to be an announcement, that C2E2 is next opportunity, and it's coming up at the last weekend of this month of March.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
When does solicits go out for I guess June for March? Do they go out before, like, if they have anything like that, if they go out that week, maybe then like Hasbro puts a story in IGN or something to build hype for the full announcement in C2E2. I don't know.
I mean, I would expect something's going to happen. It would be in the next couple of weeks, and if not, we're waiting till the summer for San Diego.
Yep. Which means no comics until the fall or next year.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's just nothing. It's crazy. I can't believe we've heard nothing, and it's just wild that it's been dead air about this the whole time. So yeah, but yeah, that's all I got for media news this week, Charles, unless you got something else that you want to get off your chest.
I am a little bit surprised. I mean, we talked a little bit about this off air, but Paramount has not been hyping the Rise of the Beast as much as we thought they would be. I mean, we've got one trailer. We had that one Super Bowl spot that was very short. And yeah, I mean, we talked about how they've got the Dungeons and Dragons movie coming out in 2 weeks. So maybe maybe the machine will ratchet up after the Dungeons and Dragons movie comes out.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I see stuff like I see the marketing materials going out, but I don't see a lot of a big push. Or maybe it's just the U.S. market that, because all these things are going all over the world. Maybe it's just the U.S. where it's like,
well, I mean, with that Japanese voice actor announcement, they had a trailer, but there was no new footage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they've got to wait a few more months till August, so that's unfortunate for for our friends in Japan. But I don't know. I mean, I don't want to get the whole movie ahead of time, but I would like a little bit more like of what's going on with the bots in the movie. Like I'd like to see a little bit more of the villains, like the like if we've only seen Terracon so far. I'd like to see if they're going to be like animal Predacons in this movie. I'd like to see Nightbird if she's still going to be in this movie. I mean, I don't know. I want more. I'm greedy.
Just more evidence of the personalities of the bot.
Yeah. Yeah, we don't even know who RC's voice actor is, do we? We know Michelle Yeoh is going to be Air Razor.
She's a YouTuber.
Oh, okay. All right.
Hold on.
Sublu sitting right there.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, I think the YouTuber was Michaela Rodriguez. Nightbird.
As Nightbird. Okay. So who is
where's RC? I'm sure we had
no RC in the movie.
It's just a fever dream. Oh, here we go. Liza Koshy.
Oh, okay. I have no idea who that is.
Oh, she was a digital creator before. So.
Okay.
Oh, is she that show Dancing with Myself? I have seen that show. So is that the host from that show?
I didn't. I don't know. She was in the Netflix film Players.
Okay, whatever.
I don't know.
Who's John DiMaggio?
Stratosphere.
Oh, that's right. That's the one we thought we saw in the trailer, the big jet. I hope he sounds like Bender.
Well, John DiMaggio was Crosshairs in Age of Extinction and The Last Night. He didn't sound like Bender. It didn't sound much like Bender in that one.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just hoping this character sounds like Bender.
I'm looking forward to Peter Dinklage's Scourge. I just can't wait to hear what he's gonna sound like.
Yep. All right. Well, I guess that's all we got to talk about. Transformers comics, Transformers movies. Oh, Transformers Earthspark. We still have not started reviewing that just because
we don't have access to like review copies. And Daryl is
been very difficult to get them here for me. So
yeah,
normal ways of acquiring them are not working.
matey. The ship sprung a leak. Yeah, so we'll get to that eventually, but yeah, I think that's next on our plate is doing Transformers Earthspark reviews. Daryl, you still got to watch the last 2 episodes. You got to do that too. So you can do in the meantime, you can do that.
Yeah.
Take care of that.
I'll get one of you guys to share your Paramount Plus password with me.
If you don't see it before July, I'll force you to binge it all at TFCon.
Just strap a phone to my face.
All right. I think that takes us to the end of this episode of Transmissions Alt Mode. Thanks, everyone, for watching. As always, we give a shout out to our masterpiece donatrons. Those are the folks who continue to support the show at our highest level on Patreon. And that's why we give them a shout out at every episode, because we really appreciate it. So thank you once again to John Forex Levengood and Demon Tech 82. You guys are amazing. Before we go, did want to remind you that if you are looking to buy some labels from toyhacks.com, you can use our promo code TM1234. This will give you 15% off your entire order at toyhacks.com. You can use it several times, as many times as you like, as with as big an order as you like, as long as the code is working. It will give you 15% off your total order. Cannot be used with any other promotions or codes, but can be used with your Robo Points if you have any of those saved up at toyhacks.com. But help us out, help yourself out with that code at toyhacks.com, TM1234. All right, everyone. Thanks again for watching and listening, and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Later.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Transmissions. If you'd like to join the conversation, travel to our Discord channel at transmissionspodcast.com/Discord. Want some cool transmission swag? Feast your eyes on our transmissions gear at transmissionspodcast.com/shop. If you'd like to support our podcast, go to transmissionspodcast.com/support or tell your friends about our show. We'll see you next time.